Hello, everyone. My name is Erica Rose Crawford, and today we're talking about foreign direct investment, or FDI, and how companies move into foreign markets. We'll connect our readings from this week on Chapter 8 with this week's videos about Toyota making cars in Mexico, as well as the podcast about Zipline and their medical drone company. So let's get started. First, let's break down the main pros and cons of foreign direct investment. On the positive side, FDI brings valuable resources to the host country, like extra money, new technology, and management training. It creates new jobs, help raises the local skill level, and supports local economy by making goods locally instead of importing them. But there's some real downsides. Big global economies can push smaller domestic business out of market shares. When profit gets sent back to their home country, it can strain the host country's economy or their finances. The host country can lose a bit of control over their own economy when foreign leaders make big decisions about bringing other companies in. So, who benefits more? As the slide shows, both sides can actually win. The host nation can get faster economic growth, build brand new factories, and upgrade their local tech. Meanwhile, the source nation holds on to top level control, retaining those high executive roles, research, and also maintaining control of their patents. How much a host nation gets from this partnership? Well, it depends on their policies or how their infrastructure is set up to reap those benefits. Now, let's look at car manufacturing in Mexico. Mexico offers great opportunities like a skilled workforce at a fair wage, tariff free trade with the U.S. under the USMCA, and strong supplier networks. However, automakers face major trade risk, unpredictable threats, stricter rules on local parts, and political pressure to move products back home make it a little tricky. These shifting rules force companies to keep their supply chains flexible. Now let's talk about delivery drones. Zipline was a huge success in Rwanda. Because of their forward thinking government, they were able to come up with some quick flight rules in order to implement this. In contrast, launching drones in the US was much, much, much more harder due partly to the FAA and our infrastructure. This concept highlighted technological leapfrogging. This is when a developing nation can adopt a tech thing much faster than someone like the US who has legacy infrastructure. It's much easier for Rwanda to take to getting drones up in the air because it's easier for them to do that than to pave roads, which they may not already have. But also, the US has to be careful with launching something new like drones that's not regulated, that you don't know what people may or may not be delivering. Now, to wrap things up, there are three simple takeaways that I learned if I'm going to be a global manager one day. One, balance FDI. Always weigh the gains and the growing overseas against the home country's trade impact. Stay flexible. Set up factories in multiple locations so you can handle sudden tariff changes. And third, move in fast new markets. Look for emerging countries for tech rollouts. Flexible government rules let you scale much faster in those countries than you can in the United States. Thank you, and that's the end of my presentation. Again, I'm Erica Crawford, and I definitely welcome your feedback.